Hello, it's me, Cobby, with my first music review. It's not really a review, but my first music-related video for quite some time. I've decided to try my new action cam, which I've been using to collect videos of me cycling, which I've also posted and you may or may not have seen. Really boring because nothing ever happens, but I don't care. So, today is my special birthday review video where I will review all of the CDs I got for my birthday. When I say review, I don't really mean like a review, I just mean yeah. Anyway, I hate long intros, so let's get started, shall we? Firstly, I got Voivod, Dimension Patros. This is the triple disc version, which comes with the actual album, a second disc with live as a live gig, I believe. I haven't actually listened to the live CD yet, but I will do. And then a DVD, which just comes with a couple of live bits and bobs. I haven't actually checked it out. I should really. This is the first Voivod album I've actually got so far, and I was pretty impressed. I've only listened to it twice, so I couldn't really tell you sort of my favourite bits and parts and stuff, but any band that ends their album with Batman is pretty cool by my standards. From what I remembered, I particularly liked Technocratic Manipulators, or it might have been Tribal Convictions. I have a habit of not looking at what track is actually playing when I go, ooh, that's cool, so sometimes I get a bit confused. But yeah, no, it was a good album. It's pretty technical, it's like technical thrash type stuff. Then I got Dream Theater's new album, Distance Over Time. Now, I really like this album, and what I really like about it is the bass production. It's really good. They've upped it so it actually stands out as its own instrument now, whereas on the older albums it's sort of kind of just doubled up as a sort of bassier guitar, and I didn't really enjoy that so much because it quite often just got lost in all the twiddly widdly widdly woodlies, and you're like, well, where's the bass? Whereas on this album it takes a much more sort of I am the bass player thing, and it's like do 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 type thing. Yeah, so very impressed. I like it. I think it's the best album in quite some time, since at least Black Clouds, and I wasn't a huge fan of Black Clouds. I mean, I liked it. There's nothing particularly wrong with it, but this is definitely a really solid album. Yep. This next one, Numbskull, Ritually Abused. I listened to this 3 times in a row, and I have to say the stuff that Skip McGullum does with his voice is just incredible. I mean, the production is really rough, so it's really quite hard sometimes to distinguish what's actually going on musically, but his voice is fucking incredible. It's amazing. It's a really good album, and if you can find it, I recommend you get it. This is the Relapse Records re-release version, I think, from what I could find out about it. Who cares? It's good. I like it a lot. Now, next is my first Tankard album. I chose Chemical Invasion. It had lots of good reviews on the internet, and I'm not familiar with the band, so I thought I'd try and get the one that seemed to be what everybody considered the best, just so I got the sort of best chance of buying any more, and I will be buying more. I find them rather funny because most of their songs are about drinking, which is just brilliant. I don't actually drink that much myself. I do, but it's mostly hard liquor, and not very often. Yeah, just solid thrash really, and Alcohol was brilliant. That's probably the longest song on the album, and they're German, so what else can I say? And then next I got Windhand's new album. Excuse me. Eternal Return. I only bought it really because I've got one of their other albums which I really like, and because of the album artwork, which I thought was really cool. I love album artwork like this. I think it's really good. It's a pretty good album. It's doomy, slow type stuff, but with really nice melodic singing in it. Yeah, Halcyon and Pilgrim's Rest are my 2 favourite tracks on it. Check it out if you like slow stuff. Next, I got Overkill's new album, The Wings of War. Now, this is an interesting one because I like it, but I don't think it's quite as good as the one that came before it, which was called Grinding Wheel. I think that album is brilliant. This one is just a little bit not quite as good. I'm not sure what it is about it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's really good, but something about it just doesn't quite like... Yeah, I don't know what it about it. Don't know what it is about it, but it's just not quite as good as the... But it's still a solid release, so buy it. Then I bought Exarsis' new album. I don't know how you actually say it. I say Exarsis. They're from Greece. They're a thrash metal band. This album's called New War Order. It's pretty box standard thrash, but it's really good. They've got some really good riffs, really good bass playing, really fast drumming, and the guys' vocals are really cool. They're quite high pitched, and I really like them. Yeah, I've got all their albums so far. Then, just to mix it up a bit, I got Axomoxoa, I think that's how you pronounce it, by Grateful Dead. This is pretty spaced out. I like it a lot, and I just needed something different, and so I got this to go with my other Grateful Dead albums, which are here somewhere. Next, I got a copy of Nasty Savage by Nasty Savage. I can't do it, but it's called Gladiator is an epic song. Metal Knights is an epic song. Asmodeus is an epic song. Seriously, if you don't know this band, you need to get it. It's so good. So good. Really, really like it. Okay, and then I got this new album from 2019. I think it was released in 2019. I didn't see it in the shops until 2019, so I'm guessing that's when it came out. It's Legion of the Damned's second album, I think. Slaves of the Shadow Realm. It's pretty good. It's like blackened thrash metal. Like the vocals are very more sort of black metal style, but the music is definitely thrash. Yeah. So I like the cover as well. I don't know if you can see it because it's quite dark, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Then again, I needed to mix things up, and I found this box set of Bauhaus, which contains 4 of their albums and a singles compilation CD. I like it. I've got another one of these, The Fields of the Nephilim. It's good. Bauhaus are a band that have got nothing to do with thrash metal, but I don't just collect thrash metal, even though most of what I got for my birthday was thrash metal. I like to mix things up. Bauhaus are an awesome goth rock band. I think that's what they're considered. Either way, you should check them out, especially the Mask album. I'll do a review on it at some point after I've listened to it a few times. I've only actually listened to it once. Then I bought this one. This is a band called Harlot. The album is called Extinction. Never even heard of them, but I liked the logo. I didn't even know if they were a thrash metal band. And I'm focusing on thrash metal at the moment. I'm after lots of rare albums or harder to find albums at the moment. Because I just love the energy that it produces. So I was mightily surprised and happy when it turned out to be a thrash metal album. These guys are on a par with Hatchet, who are currently my second equal joint first with Vile in the sort of new wave thrash metal bands, if that's what they're called. I'm not really altogether with it in what's considered what. To me, it's all just thrash or metal or whatever. I like it, that's all that counts. This album is pretty cool. I only listened to it twice, so I need to listen to it a few more times for things to really, permeate the brain, because I listen to a lot of music, so unless it really stands out, it takes a few listens for things to really sort of stick in there a bit. So I can't really give you a favourite on that one. Then I got this, Live in Overhausen, which is a live DVD/CD of Overkill. It contains Horoscope and their first album, which is called Fields of Fire. That's right, yeah, it even says it right here. They played both albums in their entirety. On the DVD it's all on one DVD, but on the CDs it's one on one disc, one on the other disc. I almost bought it on vinyl until I realised it only contained part 2 and was almost 30 quid, and I was like, no thanks. And then I saw this for 20 quid. I thought, well, it's kind of a no-brainer really. It's epic, and it really annoys me because I don't actually have either of those albums on CD, so they're really high on my to get list because they're bloody brilliant. If they're as good as they are live, then yeah. Then I bought Soilwork's new album. I really like this. This version comes with the EP, the Underworld EP, which I think they should have put on another disc because it makes it really, really long, and then I forget what I was listening to. I also think that this should have been the main cover of the deluxe version because it's far better than this boring snake symbol. It's a pretty good album. A lot of reviews have given it like really high marks, and I can see why. It's got really good vocals. It's really it's almost Soilwork by the numbers, but then they've sort of upped it a notch, so it's not just by the numbers. I know that sounds really weird. So it's just a really solid album. Then I bought Dustbolt's new album, which is just called Trapped in Chaos. It's not called Dustbolt. These guys, to me, sound sort of like Black Album era Metallica, but with more thrashy riffs. So that's good, and I really like it. Again, I need to listen to it a bit more. I've only actually listened to it once, and I like the eyeball cover. Then, sticking with the thrash metal, I managed to get Game Over by Nuclear Assault. I've got two of their much, much later albums, which I really like. They're in the end section of my collection. I know I'm a nerd, I actually section it all up. This has got an EP and a couple of live bonus tracks, I think, or unless Hammersmith Live at the Hammersmith Odeon is actually another live EP. It contains all that as well, which I like, but again, I wish they'd put that sort of thing on a second disc. I kind of like just listening to the whole album, how it was meant to be sometimes. But yeah, no, it's solid. Danny Milker, the bassist, love him, it's great. Then I got Flotsam and Jetsam Doomsday for the Deceiver. This is a classic that people don't always mention, and it also has Jason Newsted on it, and he's one hell of a bassist on this album, as are the guitarists, and the vocalists, and the drummist. It's a classic. Everybody should own this if they like thrash metal. End of. There's no argument. Then I finally managed to get a hold of Psychroptic's new album, which is called As the Kingdom Drowns. I prefer their other album, which is just called Psychroptic. Well, that's the other one I've got anyway. This is pretty good, but not a whole lot stood out to me. I think I need to listen to it a few more times. There's only 9 songs, which is okay. That doesn't bother me at all. But it all sounded a little bit samey. But that might just because I wasn't really listening to it when I listened to it. So I need to listen to it again a bit more in depth. Then I've got Avantasia's Moonglow. I really like this band. Their last album reminded me of Meatloaf. This album not so much, but I like the fact that they sort of tell a huge story on the album. He's pretty good, Tobias Sammet. He's a musical genius, almost. I like it. The only thing that annoys me is it's been mastered a bit loud, and my copy was damaged. There's a scrape in my disc. Luckily it's not on the playing service, but still. Anyway, next up is Forbidden, Twisted into Form. Now Forbidden are another band that often get overlooked. I've got their first album, which is really good. This one is also really good. It's a little bit more technical, whereas their first album is more sort of simple-ish and straight thrash, as people seem to call it. This also contains a live EP at the end, I think it was. Really good. I still think I prefer their first album to this one, but this one is pretty solid. It's just a shame that they aren't more well known. Next, Artillery, Face of Fear. I think this is definitely shaping up to be one of my favourite out of all the ones I've got so far. It's just really, really good. Artillery just know how to write really good songs. They know how to get a really good riff in, and they know what to do with it to make it stick in your head, to be catchy, to be like this, and all the rest of that stuff. Yeah, the bonus track Dr. Evil was really cool. Really long, but really